Cancer, welcome to your in-depth reading for yours and theirs. I gotta tell you right now, Taurus killed it, Virgo killed it, Capricorn killed it, Scorpio. I didn't think they were, but they ended up killing it in the 11th hour. Pisces killed it. What are you up to? Show me Cancer in their person. Show me Cancer in their person. Show me Cancer in their person. What is going on, please, for Cancer in their person? Like always, your person does not have to be a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, or anything like that. It's dynamic as you see fit. I could be describing a friendship, a family member, that kind of thing. Yes, it is read from the point of view of love because that is the highest demand reading type for this channel for this particular layout. But again, you take it as it resonates. Okay? So take it resonates, leave it does not, reverse energies as it applies. That's it. Just because it says Cancer in the title doesn't mean it's for you. Yeah? It may not resonate with you at all. That's a collective reading. Okay? So don't force it to fit if it don't. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. There you go. Alright, that's it. Let's get to it. We got a lot to do, honey. And with my new dedication to keep them shorter, I have to. It's not my choice. I know there's a lot of people rejoicing over that. I'm not one of them. I like to take my time. I don't like to be rushed because stuff occurs to me when it occurs to me. But time constraints on YouTube are time constraints on YouTube. But while we're here, I'll take the time for you that I can. Let's see what we can see. Baseline, clarifiers, oracles, charms, the whole thing. The whole night. We'll do it all. We're going to do it all today, honey. We're going to do it all today. All right. Show me Cancer in their person. Show me Cancer in their person. Show me Cancer in their person. We're going to start with your side, but as I just said, reverse energies as it applies. All right, what's going on, please? Yeah, okay. The Devil, Strength, Knight of Cups. You got it. Ease down. Let's ease down. Well, we got it. We got it, honey. You got to be strong. It's okay. You know what's funny? Typically, he represents so much fear and patterns and all this other bullshit. From you, it's interesting. It actually feels like anger a little bit. It feels like anger. It's different. It hits different. And strength, needing strength for a particular situation, resolve, what to do, because we don't like feeling angry or upset or whatever that devil represents to you. We will clarify, but we shall see. And then Knight of Cups. Okay, that's better. Let's express ourselves. Let's soften it up a little bit. Okay. Who surrounds you? They hurt. 5 of Cups, 4 Swords. They've been healing on it. Page of Wands. I know it seems super small, but, you know, with the sticky, icky feelings that happened here, and upset, and disappointment, and regret, and pain, and all this, it's fine, considering it for what it is. 4 Swords went to rest on the subject, being quiet. Okay. If you two left on a bad note, sour note, angry note, what have you, sometimes you need to be silent and quiet. Okay. I don't believe you should, once you start arguing in a moment, you should keep it going. It's just arguing for the sake of it. Sometimes you just need silence. Okay? Rest and heal. You know, sometimes you do go to bed angry. I think it's some of the worst marriage and or relationship advice I've ever heard in my life. Don't go to bed angry. Sometimes you have to, because otherwise you'll just be sitting there arguing for how many hours, making things worse. Sometimes you gotta have that quiet time. And then Page of Wands, a willingness to open up. Okay, after that rest period or restoration. I see that you are doing something similar. It's a little larger though with that Knight of Cups. Okay, things cooled off a little bit. And cool it off, okay? Cool down those jets. King of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 3 of Wands. I know. You got hurt too. You got upset too. I really feel like that's you. I do. I don't know why, but that's why I do what I do. King of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and 3 of Wands. I feel like you got hurt. Yes, that you got hurt. Stabbed in the back, betrayed, pissed off. Okay, otherwise you're calm, level-headed. But something about this hit you in a really weird way. Like really fucking weird. Okay, and I don't know how else to put that, because I don't think you're normally someone who gets bent out of shape. That's who I'm looking at today. I just don't feel like you're that Cancer. You may not be Cancer dominant, by the way. You don't typically get bent out of shape, is what I'm feeling here. So when I say this hit a nerve, it hit a nerve. I don't typically see you like this. Okay, and that's saying something. So this, and then the 3 of Wands, waiting, patience, distance, We'll see. We'll see. Of course it is. Of course. You guys, listen to me. Okay? I'm out of waste. I used to speak some German, I grant you. And I was pretty decent at it. But I didn't. But there's some things I don't know how to say anymore. And what everybody and their mother is getting the lovers. How do you say that in another language? Everybody and their mother is getting the lovers. Everybody. And I wash these cards, guys. I wash them in between takes, in between readings. Which reminds me, I'll probably have to stop yours real quick as my daughter comes home from school. I'm pushing it late today again as well, so you'll see the cut and it'll pick back up again. I'm just explaining that right now. Anyway, everybody's getting the lovers. Everything. Oh, and let me tell you something. You know what's strange? Everybody's resolving their stuff with their lover. Whether you get to keep them or not is not the point. It's not the point. It's not about that selfishness. You know? It's not. The lovers can provoke some of our best energy and some of our worst instincts. The selfishness, and this is mine, and I want it, but I don't want to have to change. And I see people, collective after collective, working things out with their lover, regardless of whether or not they get to keep them or what that relationship looks like after the fact. It's just like a resolution of differences, and it's making me very proud of everybody. It's wonderful. It really is. So I can see why this feels like a betrayal. It's a strong connection. It's like you stabbed me at the back. It feels like that. It does feel like that. You're angry. You're upset. Otherwise, I think you're a level-headed Cancer. And it's funny, your energy goes from stiff and being hurt and prideful to, okay, I'm going to relax the up. The Knight of Cups. So you see? I was a little nervous for you right there, but you see we're easing down. We're going to ease down now. We're going to ease down. We're going to slip into the hot tub. We're going to ease down. All right, I'm not laughing at you. It's just everybody's energy hits different. It hits different, you know. And I try to keep it fresh in between everybody's reading, and it's yours is hitting different. I don't know why, but it's interesting. It's different. Show me the lovers, please. Now look, I'm going to tell you this right now. If it's bad, if it's no good, okay, if it's bad mojo, I'm going to tell you. But if it's okay, if it's resolvable, if I see two people trying, I'm going to tell you that too. Just because I've been seeing success rates for everybody else, it may not apply to you, and that's why we're here. We need to know these things. So you can depend on me to tell you straight up. If it's a bad job, it's a bad job. Okay? I also know it's likely unrequited because of those two right there. So the devil and the lovers, you know, typically when they're on the same board, we weren't on the same page at the same time. Okay. Somebody was here, there, that, but they weren't actually like this. Okay. Nevertheless, being on the same page or not, you know it's a strong connection that even when it's over, it's not over. It doesn't feel like it at all. You can still really appeal to something and desire it, but if you don't know that you want it, part of you or the other person will fundamentally reject it if we don't know that it's ours or that we want it. And that's how we end up like this. Okay? So let's just get that out of the way too. Let's see their lovers now. Let's do one more. Show me their lovers, please. Yes, I know you're unhappy, honey. I get it. Page of Cups, Four of Cups, Eight of Wands. We want to talk. We want to talk to our person. We want to talk. That's it. Let's just get that out the way. I got messages flying in right now. I must have said something super saucy. Like, you can't, but I can see it. And it's like, oh, good night. That's a lot of information flying in right now. I must have said something super sassy. Hi. Thanks, Christina. Okay, so we miss our person. Let's just say it. Say it. Let's just say it. We miss our person. We miss them. We're upset. They pissed us off. Okay? They stuck a sword back there somewhere. But god dang it, it's our lover. What you gonna do? You know, you're already at that crossroad where you can decide to do nothing with it and leave it be, or do something about it. The tension cannot stand. A decision must be made one way or the other. So let's just, again, get that out of the way too. It's already there before you, like a rusty hinge. That door can swing either way, you know? But yeah, you want to talk to your lover. You want to talk to your person. You're upset. You're upset. You feel it. You feel the communication bubbling up in there, right? I've got to say something. I'm not going to do it. Delete, 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 delete. Email. I'm not going to do it. Delete. Yeah. Okay. It's either good pressure or it's a bad pressure, right? The good part is that you do want to talk to them from an open place. In the Page of Cups, just a little bit, say something, anything to alleviate some of that pressure. Because we don't like feeling down in the dumps about it. Bare minimum, we don't like how we left this thing, you or them, right? It's there, it's with you, it's sitting, so let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, Cancer. Show me what you got, babe. Let's do it. Show me what you got. What's going on? Let's see that. Let's see that devil. You pulling the devils makes me smile a little bit because I'm like, oh. I like seeing a little fight in you. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do. It's better than you going, You guys, Cancer, seriously, control yourself with the crying faces and the emojis in the comments. You know who I'm talking about. Guys, so when I say sometimes, you know, I don't mind seeing you're a little upset. It beats crying. I think. Don't get me wrong, pain is real. And often pain manifests itself in the form of anger as well for people who aren't as comfortable with crying. Sometimes it's easier to get angry. And if you're someone who identifies with that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Pain comes in many forms. Anger is one of them. All right. Let's do one more. It feels very specific today. The Six of Cups. You're telling me they did it. They hurt me. They hurted me, Christina. They hurted me. I know. And yet your spirit would still open up. Do you know what that tells me? There's more love than hate. What you do with that is up to you. I just want you to acknowledge it, and that will help you feel better. Okay? You can go ahead and roll your eyes at me. I don't give up. I'm on the other side of the screen. You can go ahead and roll those eyes. Oh! But it's true. There's more love than hate. You know that, right? Yeah. That's why you're upset. Not because you didn't care about it or love it, it's because you did. That's why you're upset. It's here. Soul bond, the whole kit and caboodle. We got the lovers, we got the Six of Cups, we got the soul bond, we got the betrayal, there's the Ten of Swords. You hurted me. Owie. It hurts. I told you that was you. Okay. And then the Fool. Nevertheless, your spirit would like to open up towards them. Hint, hint. I already saw that back here. Do I have enough arms? I mean, I told you, you're already at that crossroads. You could do something, okay, to alleviate some of the stress. There's no guarantee on the outcome. You can do something, or you need to resign to completely let it go. Okay. Let's see what you want to do. It's not much of a reaction. That tells me they're currently not on your grid. Okay. It's spiritual and emotional connectivity at this point. Show me strength, please. Show me strength. Show me strength. Three of Cups. The Lovers. Was that so hard? Baby. Cancer. Was that so hard? I'm giving you my special smile. Not many people see it. Cancer. Was that so hard? See? Oh boy. Yes, you would. I know what you want to do. You do too. Why are you watching this? Stop fucking around. Go do it. Take care of business. Why are you watching this? You already know what's in your heart. Abide by your heart. Abide by your soul. Where were we? Yes. So over strength, justice, the lovers, the Three of Cups. Now here we are, okay, with our person. I know they pissed you off. I understand. I see it through her. That doesn't negate the strength of the connection. In fact, that's why it's one of the reasons why it pisses you off. Because, let's be real, it pulls on you, right? You're saying, fix me, fix me, fix me, fix me, fix me. Right? And doesn't that echo just piss you off? I'm not laughing at you. I just want to point out to you, yeah, it's not like an everyday connection. There's a reason why. And here's the thing. I actually like your approach. I do. I do in that respect of it's, you know what this is? This is what this is. Like the lover's equivalent of calling a meeting. It is like you're calling a meeting with this person. It's like, right? Strength. Justice. Okay? Officially, I'm calling a meeting, okay, between you and me to balance, if nothing else. There. I'm calling a meeting. It's in the books. I'm calling a meeting. Okay? And if anything, it's just to do this. I will point this out to you, and I'm going to have to, because people are really hard of hearing. You can't guarantee the other side. All you can do what's right for you, and that's in alignment with you. Okay? If it feels wrong, then it is. But if it feels right, then it's right. Okay? You get more in trouble by not listening to yourself. What went down is what went down. I can see they stabbed you in the back, or at least from your point of view. Even if they didn't stab you in the back, in terms of betrayal, you're saying they hurt you. Okay, I understand. But what's interesting to me is that you're calling the meeting. And you either want to get confrontational about it, in which case that's fine. You know, there's some, we got unresolved issues between us. Or you understand that there's a balancing required on both sides. Okay? I understand you're upset. I'm not taking that lightly. You've shown me that several times, but you also shown me something so much more beautiful. And that's what I want you to honor and respect. Okay? If you're worth the balancing and the love, then that means you were worth absorbing the pain to understand it. You can't just go around absorbing happy, 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 happy. Pursuit of happiness, what does that mean? How do you pursue it? How do you get it? How do you find it? How do you identify it? How do you keep it once you got it? Do you get to? What's your right to? Who says so? The pursuit of happiness is a tricky thing, if you believe in it. What is happiness? It's not grinning from ear to ear from sunrise to sunset, I'll tell you that. To understand you're happy, you have to understand sometimes what sadness is and pain. And there's something about this connection that represents a little bit of both. Real talk. But it is more beauty than pain. That comes down to you. But I see this. Even if it's officiousness on the surface of officials, calling a meeting with our lover, it's just to balance things, Christina. That's it. I just want to square some shit away. That's it. I know where it's coming from. It's to relieve the pressure. Because you don't feel good. You don't feel good about what happened. Okay? There's a rawness in your heart too, as much as you were hurt, and I don't make light of that. I can tell that you were. There's still a rawness in your heart that would say that you would like to try. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's lovely of you. I do. You can't teach that kind of spirit to somebody. You just can't. Try. Even if it's at your own cost, to try because it feels right, not because it feels wrong. And it's when it's something that's right and we convince ourselves it's wrong, that's when we screw up. And that's when something's right and we try to convince ourselves it's right, and that's when we screw up. And we're not listening to anything about ourselves that's intuitive or anything else. We're not listening to the other person. We're not listening to ourselves. And I see that you, even if it's under the pretext of officially balancing things out, it comes from the right places in you. Okay. The Knight of Cups. It is a beautiful delivery. The Knight of Cups is a beautiful delivery, and it does require vulnerability. It does require a certain expression of the heart, and I see you wanting to do that, even if it's just to officially bounce things out. It still comes, like I said, from a good place in you. All right. The Seven of Cups. What to say, how to say it. Five of Wands, Three of Swords. Okay, so look. I see you expressing everything that we've been discussing. I see you just... I see you talking about the pain. I told you you have a right to all these feelings. Okay? And I do believe I'm looking at that person who indeed, instead of feeling pain, it's easier for you to feel anger. I do see that. And that part of you is tempted to rise up when you're expressing yourself to them, and you are allowed to. Okay? It's just one of the many things that you're feeling in context to this connection. And for some reason, this connection gets you spinning on your head, honey. You spill your guts. For some of you, you might do. Maybe that's what's needed here. Especially if you bottle things up. Okay? The more you bottle things up, the more it's best to let them out. I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that. And sometimes sometimes it's just too much all at one time, because you're saying, I got a lot of conflicting emotions in here, Christina. Some of them you're like, there's the lovey, fun kind, and it's sexy, and then there's fun, and then there's romance, and then there's the strong connection, and there's this sense of honor in me, and then there's frustration and pissed off and pain, and they're all real, they're all valid, and they're all happening, and they're all trying to compete to say something. It tells me you haven't voiced as much as perhaps in this connection as you should have done in terms of your emotional self. All feelings are real and valid. Okay. You have the right to express them as best you can. And there's been a struggle here in this connection. You feel many things, and it makes you feel many things, and it puts you into a vulnerable place. And I feel like I'm looking at that person, that when you're in a connection, it makes you feel vulnerable or in pain. It's easier to be angry sometimes, right? For some reason, this connection pokes a really sore, soft spot in your heart. And for some reason, you seem to get all tongue-twisted with it. I don't know why. Because how you actually deal with it is quite beautiful. It's like you're not dealing with it at all. It feels normal. It feels natural when you're actually engaging in it. And when you try to open up and express yourself, all this gobbledygook comes out. And it just tells me perhaps how much you have not said what you needed to say. You know what? You really piss me off sometimes. You know that? You really piss me off. You upset me. You hurt me. You know, I have feelings too. And maybe I didn't say them the way I should have, or I was supposed to. But this is how you make me feel. And sometimes you get me all twisted up. And maybe I could be better at expressing myself. Okay, fine. But I didn't mean for this to happen. And whatever else follows. You know? And their energy is so small, it looks like they're allowing you to talk. Or they don't want to deal with it. But I think it's because they're wanting you to talk. Let's see it, because their energy is so small. But again, they're off grid from your life right now. And they're saying, yeah, I'm hurt too. I'm disappointed too. I'm hurt too. I've had time to rest on it. Page of Wands, I'll open up a little bit. What's going on? Okay, so let's see what's going on with this person. Okay, because I want you to be able to express all yourself, and I see you softening everything because you seem to understand you should be saying these things, not holding it in, you know. And I think that would explain the anger attached to this. It's like, for some reason, you didn't expect to have to explain these things, and I don't know why, but they've been there, and they've been bubbling up and sitting there. There we go. All right. Let's see if this person's worth it. Let's do it. Show me that Five of Cups, please. Show me that Five of Cups. Show me that Five of Cups. I want you to do what's right for you. Okay. At the end of the day, that's all any of us can do. Okay. All right. It's not Taxi Cab Confession. I don't know if you guys are... Is that show even still around? I remember watching that briefly, and then I'm like, why? I think I just lost some brain cells, you know? I don't know. But this is not Taxi Cab Confessions, all right? It's real life. And I don't want this crap sitting in you. I don't. It has the potential to be beautiful, but you already know that, and that's why it sits with you, because it's unrequited and it's not finished. It doesn't feel finished, and the way it was last left doesn't feel good, okay? And if it was like anybody else, you could have given it by now, right? Not like anyone else, and neither are you. Did that occur to you, by the way? I know I say it all the time, but perhaps I never pointed it out that way. Something for me to reflect upon. You know, if they're not like anyone you've ever met, then that stands to reason it's the other way around, too. It's the lover's connection. You're not going to be like anyone else they've met. Okay? It works both ways. Okay. 4 of Wands. 9 of Cups. Empress. Man. Dude, they were so into you. Oh, they were so into you. I think the world of you. Oh, my. They think the world of you. They have very strong appreciation for you and who you are. To be a part of whatever this relationship is, the 4 of Wands is what 2 people make of it. I don't define it as marriage, nor should you. The 4 of Wands says this is between us. The 2 of Cups is the active exchange of feelings between 2 people. The 4 of Wands is this is our construct that you and I have more or less agreed upon. And sometimes it comes out in the form of a contract, such as, you know, friendship or household energy. Sometimes it's relationship energy. And even then that can be soft and fuzzy and not properly defined, but you both understand you're in something. You see what I'm saying? So whatever this relationship is to you, I know that they liked it a lot. They more than liked it. They more than liked it. They felt very good in it. Very. They really feel you as a wish fulfillment. And it's... no wonder their energy went way down. You know. It's like, what's that song? I Ain't Missing You at All. It's like if I had to miss that, I wouldn't want to feel it either. You know? I ain't missing you at all. Now, 4 of Wands, 9 of Cups, the Empress. A lot of regret there. But what they felt, what felt right, what felt natural to them. They think a great deal of you. I don't know who sees the other person as the Empress. I can't quite tell. But it feels really good. Self-empowered, being in this felt really right to them. 9 of Cups, individual sense of self, love of the self, right? Wish fulfillment. And being with you in any sort of relationship structure with you, however it was defined, made them feel just right. Good. Let's see that 4 of Swords, and then they went to rest. They went to rest. Okay. Ooh. I know I'm going to have your cross watchers. They did it to me, Christina. They put the 10 of Swords in my back. I know. It works both ways. It typically does. I know. Some of that 4 of Swords. Some of that 4 of Swords. Nine of Swords, the stress, the world. The Queen of Swords, trying to look at this logically, trying to reassure themselves logically that it's over. And here's all the reasons why XYZ. So they're telling that list. This person's logical side is trying to take over so it can kind of dampen the feelings, quiet the feelings, you know. That's where they've gone to rest. And the 4 of Swords, they're really relying heavily on their logical side to kind of make things clear. It's over, it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over. And it's kind of like they're saying that over and over again, like a litany. It's over, it's over and over. The world is cycled out, accept it. It's cycled out, accept it. It's cycled out, accept it. And it's kind of like that. And if that might work for them. I mean, I see that Nine of Swords. They're having tally of points in their head about all the points, X, Y, Z. This person's highly analytical, prone to anxiety, or they get trapped in their head a lot. Overthinker. Classic overthinker, but that somebody's process is somebody's process. You know, it's interesting because when they're with you, the energy's fluid, it's soft, it's feminine, it's generous, it's loving, it's sexy, it's all that stuff, and it's all in approximation to you. But when they're telling themselves to get over it, it's over. It's harsh. It's cold. It's quick. It's cutting. It's very straightforward to the point. And they leave no stone unturned. I'll tell you that. But yeah, it's kind of like they have to constantly reinforce this decision. It's over, and they have to tell themselves this a lot. And they have to be harsh with themselves. They are being very harsh with themselves about what they did, why they did it, what they did, why they did it, what they did. Again, it's just reinforcement. It's a lot of mental reinforcement about what they did and why. Okay. So they understand to some extent what they did to you. They understand, they look at that cycle logically, or they're trying to. It went from an emotional, warm, romantic, loving state to this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is. So this is how much you affected them. Does it make sense? It's usually one begets the other. Very rarely is it single-sided. They just straight up hurt me. I gave them the best of everything. They just straight up hurt me. I don't know why. It's totally random. That never works. I know that's what people want me to believe when they write those comments, but that's never how it is. There's two sides here. Okay? And you know that, and that's why feels like you're calling a meeting. Okay? To kind of resolve your differences to the best of your abilities officially. But perhaps don't expect any more than that. It's kind of enough just for you to express yourself, whatever those emotions are. Be they positive, negative, but for me, if through my eyes, it's looking like a little bit of both. And you have a buffet of feelings here that you're working with. And I feel like none of them have had a chance to really express themselves. Okay? All right. Let's see that Page of Wands. All right, let's see that Page of Wands. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see that Page of Wands, please. Let's see that Page of Wands. Let's see that Page of Wands. And for those of you who latched onto that comment, well, they did, then this isn't your reading. I see two people who were fundamentally hurt in the same connection because we weren't on the same page at the same time, and that does happen. And we don't want it to stay in this state, bare minimum. We want to do something about it, even though we may not know exactly what that looks like. We want to. Page of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Hermit. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you something. This person, they can deal with some heavy shit. I don't know how else to put that. This person can deal with some heavy shit because I hear them listening to you. I hear they're open towards it. They are. They're listening to you. They got grievances too, clearly, but they're listening, and they're actually shedding some light on the subject intensely. So the Ten of Wands, the frustration, the rejection, the baggage, the bullshit, okay? They're shedding light on the subject. So they're listening to you and they're reporting back. They're listening to you and they're reporting back. All I'm seeing is immediate upfront energy, which is interesting because a lot of people have shown me long-term further out, and for some folks, several years out. Yours is, this is happening like soon. Which I prefer. That way it's easier for me to read. As opposed to, say, Taurus, that had a very, very, very distinguished timeline. You know, yours is kind of like, let's patch this up now, and then some other folks have been, and this is what's going to happen to us further down the road. So that's been very interesting to see this. A lot of interesting stuff going on for everybody right now. But yeah, they're listening, little guy. Ten of Wands, I was like, uh-oh, this isn't going so well. Nine of Wands, uh-oh, this isn't going so well. And then the Hermit, ah. Yep. Yep. They're listening. And this person's got healing skills. They got very sharp analytical skills too. I see them digesting these heavy truths with you, around you, with this information. And they're kind of taking your heavy information like a champ. Like, okay, okay, okay. Very calm. I understand. Yes. No, I was frustrated as well. I was pissed off as well. This is why I pushed you away. It was hard on me. It was hard on you. So yeah, like I'm saying, this person can put in some rounds. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting because I can kind of see now why their presented energy was so small. You know, because when it's with you, it's huge. It feels right. So I can say when this person withdrew, they withdrew. But when they engage, they engage. Okay. You two are working through some serious shit. You're expressing yourself, and they're like, mm-hmm. And they're listening. They're listening. It's helping them expand as well. You're shedding light on particular difficult subjects for them too. It's a fair exchange, which is what you had intended. So I know you calling that meeting seemed very officious, but what comes out is a lot of information that is light and beautiful, but also sincere and heavy and pissed me off. And fuck you. But I understand why you did what you did, but still fuck you. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That stuff. That's the... But it's coming from two people who are not screaming at each other, and that's the point I want to impress upon you. This is what real information exchange looks like, by people who both got something to say. But I will say this, they are listening. They're an active listener. And you really are trying to impress upon them your frustration. And the frustration you felt and that you've been feeling, and the pressure. A lot of pressure and frustration in here. And they're listening to you. You know, I think you have an idea of their side. You seem to know that. It's kind of like it's your side that hasn't had much chance to air. See what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I know why they're upset, Christina. You seem to know that part. But it's kind of like I never had the chance to tell them what my side of it was, or how it hurt, or how I was hurt. And it's like, I understand I did this, but you did that. This is all true. These are all truths. I know it's hard for people to believe, particularly in American society, but you can have two existing truths at the same time that seem oppositional. You both have truths. And just because they're both negative doesn't mean either one of you's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's that hermit energy. The way I'm talking to you right now, that's that hermit energy. I'm processing this, I'm processing that, I'm processing this. Okay, here's me reflecting it back to you. That's the heavyweight shit. Okay, so I know they're listening. And that's a lot that they're taking from you. But I can see where it's coming from. Again, it's overdue. It's built up pressure. Okay. All right, let's jump on over here. I told you, man. I knew that. I knew it. Ten of Swords. Cheers. Okay. Let's do it. Let's see it. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah, well, I'm surprised. All right, let's see that King of Pentacles. Let's see that King of Pentacles, please. The Magician, the Sun, Temperance. I want a sun back. I want it back. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I want my sun back. I want my sun back. I want my temperance. I want healing. I want my sun. And gimme. King of Pentacles. Oh, honey, I know. You want your sunshine back. I know. I think you are that person who generally has a happy disposition. I do. And I do think you're not comfortable with pain, so it's easier for you to transfer it into anger. Am I right? Am I right? Otherwise, you're typically sunshiny, and I know people like this. They're not comfortable with pain, so it's just easier to be angry. And even then, you're not comfortable displaying your anger, but it comes out in small ways, right? Ticks, little ticks here, frustration elements, brusqueness, right? But for the most part, I think you're someone who, generally speaking, has a happy disposition, and that you are actually someone who is very patient, and that you are someone who is good at reconciling difficult truths within you, that you're pretty good at champ yourself at taking hard truths. It's just with this particular dynamic, it's like you never got to, or you never allowed yourself to. Otherwise, it's your process to handle things with grace and dignity, a level of understanding that's insightful. Otherwise, you two are very much alike in that respect. They can, let me tell you something, this person can handle some hard punches. Like, they've heard some shit. Let me tell you something, they've heard some stuff. Let me tell you. But you yourself are used to showing high levels of personal accountability. Like, you expect a lot from yourself. And because you generally meet that, you're pretty much a happy person. You know? And you want your sunshine back. I want you to have it. You remember being warm with this person. You do. You remember being warm and generous with them. And all those lovely attributes. And then you want it back. You're summoning it. So I just want you to be aware of it. You are summoning it. And that's going to increase your frustration. It's going to... Why? Why would I want them back, Christina? It's like, whatever. Whatever. They upset me. I know. And nevertheless, because that's who you are. You're a good person. Just... I think you let things sit too much. And you seem to, again, already know the reasons for why they did what they did. You don't seem to contest that point. That's what's interesting to me. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. So that means you already have a running background of why they did what they did. They can't be that bad then, can they? Show me that Ten of Swords. So again, that person who's like, it's this, that, and the other, no, it's not. I'm reading two people who have equal amount of love and grievances towards each other. And you do. Just make that clear. You do have love for this. Okay? I think it gets tangled up in all your other emotions too, with this particular connection, which for some reason you find so very provoking. But it is unrequited, as far as I can tell. When you're not in sync, it shows. All right, the Emperor, the Six of Wands. Somebody else had that same darn thing. The Emperor and the Six of Wands, but it was coming across as this is correct. Yeah, like I said, you already have an idea of what their grievances is, and I'm seeing it right now. Do I really need to go over it? You already know why they're upset. You already know why they did it. You see them as being responsible for doing it. You made that very clear from the very beginning. And a big portion of it, you say it's their pride that was affected. How was their pride affected? There's something here about the not forthrightness, not being honest with themselves about what we were thinking or feeling, or respecting someone else's pain principles. This hurt me. Why didn't you acknowledge it? I'm telling you how you hurt me, and you're not acknowledging it. You're not refuting it, you know. And you're saying, well, that was their problem. Their pride got hurt, but that doesn't mean they should have hurt me. See? You both have grievances. I told you already had a running background of why they got hurt. And you're saying they're kind of butt sore. They got their pride hurt. That's not my fault. Two sides. Okay. Okay. Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Three of Wands. I think the bigger part of you knows better. Okay? But I can't make you do anything or anything. All I can do is read the cards, and even then it may not apply to you. So, I just know, again, you're itching to do something about it, even if you can't fully recognize it just yet. But we'll see. Three of Wands. We got the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, we're doing something about it. In due course. When the timing is right, that's entirely up to you. Okay? I just know that when it's on, it will be discussed, and I'm seeing that official meeting called. Perhaps not just yet, but there's that truth that comes bearing in. Whew. Page of Cups, little guy. Little invitation. King of Cups. I feel like they're on the receiving end. That could be you. But there is a sort of recommendation here for a simple piece. Okay. You're saying not just yet, perhaps out on the horizon. So you're not turning around and doing this tomorrow. And I'm not saying it's so far out that I can't see it in terms of time. It's not too far out, but it's not years out either. You know, it's not like that. I would see heavier indications, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Some element of time having passed. This, it doesn't feel like it's overseas or anything like that. It feels close. Okay. But we have that Ace of Swords, the Page of Cups. There's the King of Cups. That's it. That's it. That's the recognition here. There's the white flag. There's the Page of Cups. I would just say, and that's kind of how I know it's you. Okay? Again, not an insult, so don't take it as one. You're the one who opened up with communication because you don't feel good about this. And there it is, being delivered to who I believe represents that energy. But so long as it comes from a good operating place within you, and you can make it as official as you need it to be, but so long as you get into a position where you feel like you're taking care of business, that's enough to get things started. Okay? Even though you have grievances, of course you do, frustration, anger, there's also love in here, so please don't lose sight of that. In fact, typically in counseling and in therapy, the first thing that's recommended is to express love first, because everything else that comes out from behind it will make it easier. Because when you speak through love, and you think through love, and you feel through love, that makes whatever words that are left to be said easier. Okay. There you go. Let's start there. And it's on your mind. I don't know when the timing is right for you. I don't know. I don't know. But it's, like I said, sooner rather than later. Okay? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Like I said, not too far out. But not too close. Within a couple of months. That's what I thought. Within a couple of months. We'll call it November. Alright, that's for some of you. Time has been delayed. And for some of you, time has been delayed. Some of you had thought so within a couple of days, and then you're like, no. And you go back to the drawing board. Some of you, that's why I see that energy of it's happening tomorrow versus a little further out. Some of you have changed your mind. That's what that was, wasn't it? I saw the beginnings of the communication, then it stopped. Okay, so it's been delayed. It stands. It really comes down to you. Whether you want to generate this activity for that so-called official meeting. The meeting of the lovers. Doesn't that sound intense? Is there a conference called that? The meeting of the lovers. That sounds really intense, bro. It says, the meeting of the lovers. So anyway, yeah, for some of you, you thought about doing it any day. Got really close. Said, no, now's not the time. And it has been delayed, and it's within a couple of months. Okay? And for others of you, it's whenever you so choose. Alright? It's whenever you so choose. Time is what you make of it. I just don't want that feeling sitting in you anymore. What happens after that, I don't know. That depends on, again, that Four of Wands construct that we were talking about. It's what's defined by two people and how they choose to participate. Let your friends help you. Some of you have been keeping all this to yourself and you haven't been talking about it. Okay. And there's passion. Of course, there's passion. You know, as I say, with all that intense connectivity, of course there's passion, honey. Of course there's passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. You know? It's a beautiful feeling. It is. And passion's not just sex, guys. You got to get out that box. It's a lame-ass box that people keep putting themselves in. Oh, passion just equals sex. No, stupid. It's, sorry, People who automatically think like that irritate me the most. I can't stand the inflexibility and the write-off that people have just because they've had a limited experience. They can't see out their own worldview. Passion is more than just that. It's the will to do something, to be part of something bigger than you. To do anything at all requires passion. To get off your ass and do what you need to do, that's passion. It may not be much, it might be low functioning, but it's still there. For other people, it operates at a higher level, right? You know, it's the passion to do something. Yes. Make the effort. And getting to know each other in reverse. That's what I'm talking about. Getting to know each other in reverse. It's like you never... Why do I keep coming up against that, Cancer? It's like they never really got to know me. Why? 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 Why is it feels like all your emotional expression is several steps behind you? Why? Was the connection so strong that it freaked you out and you didn't know how to express yourself? What happened? Okay, because they have enough data on this connection that they felt they had to part ways with it, and it's because they felt like they could never get to know you, or they could never get close enough to you, or that you wouldn't let them in. You know? It's not enough to say this connection makes me feel really good. We have to understand how we're supposed to keep it. And that means allowing ourselves to be more authentic with it. Talk. Where are you from? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite meal? Whatever. Whatever. You know? They didn't really get to know me, or how you really feel, or the complexity of your feelings, which I will grant you is vast. It's a landscape in there. And every brushstroke is beautiful. Every color is beautiful. Even the negative stuff. Because if someone can't love you plus all the negativity you're carrying, then it's not real love, babe. It's not real love. And they opened up immediately by saying I was fucking crazy about them. Maybe I was stupid, but I was still crazy about them. And then I saw them get logical and hard and reinforce their decision over and over again why they can't call you and contact you. How does that happen? How do you fall in love with somebody and they don't really know who you are? Because innately, they are drawn to you at the soul level because the soul knows better. Even if the stupid brain doesn't want to acknowledge it, the soul knows better. What do you think that is? Just sitting around over and over again. I have to heal on this. I made that decision. I got to stick to it. That means they've been trying to talk themselves out of it. I need to get over it. I have to do this. I made this decision. I have to stick to it. I made this decision. I have to stick to it. Why? Why? Because despite the pain and the regret and the sorrow, whatever they had with you, they loved you. Even if they really never knew you. And perhaps that's your biggest angst here, is that they never really knew you. That's correct. They didn't. So when you do have your official meeting and you find stuff just falling out your mouth, that's fine. That's fine. They can handle it. They've already told me that they can handle it. And they're learning things about you that were perhaps blocked before. Or they never saw because you were wearing a mask. I don't know. I'm not trying to pit it on you. I'm trying to make sense of this. Because like I say, guys, if you must reconnect, do it better than the last time you connected with it, or you will get the same. So do better, the both of you. There are two sides to this tale. Of course it is. It's unrequited lovers is going to be. Getting to know each other. Make the effort. Express yourself. Let them get to know you. Let them get close to you. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I double dog dare you. Sandlot. Love that movie. It's so cute. I know. Let go. Let go. They said I give up. I know. I saw them doing that, and I see them reinforcing that concept over and over again. And you tried to tell yourself the same. It's not sticking for either one of you, to be honest. No. Denial. I know you, you know me. It came out in reverse. That was one of your sticking points. They don't really know me. Why? why don't they really know you? And they could say the same. Maybe they never really knew me. I tried to. So there's a denial. You don't know me. You don't know me. As far as I can tell, the love they had for you was natural, innate. And decisions. Somebody said, I know what I want. The other person was in denial. You don't know me. You don't know what I want. You couldn't explain it, though, either, right? Because of defense mechanisms. Okay. You two are complicated, but there's nothing so complicated here that I can't see not being fixed. It's just that you have to know that that's what you want. And I'm not saying anything past that discussion. The calling of that official meeting, and that's enough. If you two can just walk away having a better understanding of each other, I call that a win. If nothing else. It would still be a win. Okay? Okay. Ay, Christina. Ay. Okay. The medallion of Libra, Aries, Z, F, the Eiffel Tower. Might be important to some of you as confirmation. Capricorn, Taurus. Everybody's getting Taurus today. And then the anchor, needing that emotional anchor to commit to the feelings, because the anchor still represents water. Being tied to the emotions, really sinking into them, allowing us to stay put in those feelings, okay, and to know that they're true and part of us. Okay. All right, Cancer honey, once more. For those of you hard of hearing, I love all my collectives. You're no exception. You should know by now, my motto, Real Tarot is real life. Once more, I want the best for you. I can see the kind of energy you're packing here and how you want to unpack it very much. You don't want it to be part of you. So when I see you calling this the official meeting here, it's because it's coming from the good place in you that wants to get this stuff out of you. Okay? And it's for the right reasons. And if they want to say, you don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, you're right. Perhaps part of them didn't, but that didn't keep them from loving you any less, even though they didn't know you. So if you're frustrated, angry, and hurt, say something. Okay? Say something. All right. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.